We are at the end of the plenary session. That is the first plenary session for the new general administration elected during the last general chapter.
One of the things that we did during this session was to review the mandates and recommendations from the last chapter.
As a result, we came up with a working document containing all the strategies and plans with regard to the implementation, plus a timeline of these strategies and so forth.
We spoke, for example, about the preparation of orientation session for major superiors. During the last months or years, there were appointed many new provincials, many new superiors of the delegation.
We had 6 appointments of provincials and 4 appointments of council. Those appointments requested a lot of work, consultation, and also the discussion. Eventually, also writing the decrees. You can see it's one of the decrees written on my desk, just signed by the Superior General.
We would like to invite them for the workshop in order to help them to animate their units.
We are very fortunate as a General Councilor to have the support of people who help us do our work and, more importantly, help oblates around the world do their work. Our General Secretariat, under the direction of Father Mark Yaskier. The General Secretariat, of course, keeps track of all of our current work and records and files that we need to do the current work of administering the congregation internally for our own purposes as a council, but also to support the missions beyond as well.
So it was a lot of work during this session. Next will be also busy. We'll have another 6 provincials to be appointed at 6 councils. So you can imagine there is some work done by the council.
Our first step was to meet with the other members of the general administration to read them together and to make sure that we understood them together.
Father Jerome in the General Archives, the General Services for Oblate Studies under the direction of Fabio Ciardi, the Procurator General, Father Constant Kinge, Father Diego Sainz, who is our postulator, the Services for Justice, Peace, and Integrity of Creation under the leadership of Jean-Éric Jasmin, Communication, Father Chenille, that lays in his hands for the Service of Communication. And of course, keeping all this running is finance, under the capable direction of Father Marc Dessereau and Peter Foley.
La réunion plénière de janvier-février est une réunion qui est habituellement bien remplie parce qu'elle comporte l'étude des 5 budgets dont l'administration générale est responsable, c'est-à-dire le budget de l'administration générale elle-même, de la Maison générale, du Scholastica international de Rome, de la communauté et du centre à Aix, et maintenant aussi de la mission du Ghana qui dépend directement de l'administration générale. Donc le nouveau conseil avec le nouveau général ont eu du boulot à accomplir pour étudier les budgets et je pense qu'ils ont bien travaillé, ils ont fait les choses de façon énergique et déterminée.
And having read the mandates and the recommendations, we took them further by trying to develop strategies and practical ways of implementing them. And at this stage, what we have done is we have developed a planning document which we are going to use as a way of recording what we intend to do, but also of keeping track of the decisions and the progress on the mandates.
One of the themes that we talk deeply about the Constitution and rules, the Book of Life for all oblates. We are studying, we are working a lot to prepare animation programs for deepening not only the knowledge but also the understanding and to live this Constitution and rules, our Book of Life for these coming years, especially in celebrating in 2026 the 200 years of our Constitution and rules.
And another theme to which we dedicated some time was the whole theme or 4 area of protection of minors and vulnerable persons. So what we notice also that that is not important to deal with difficult cases, that is also important, but the most important is prevention. How to do it, we discussed about that. We have some proposals, but I think with proposals will come after next plenary session or after next plenary sessions.
I met especially with the internal committee for mission. And in this committee, we reviewed the portfolios that fall under the mission committee. And then together we tried to see what mandates and recommendations came from the chapter. And so we were able to make certain proposals to the Superior General for him to make the decisions that are going to guide our progress, our work in the next 6 years.
The 3 newest services, or at least persons, who are going to be with us as a result of the work of the General Chapter. The first and most important is officially a new General Service, and that is for the protection of minors and vulnerable adults. This person has not yet been named, but this will be a full-time service in the General Administration with an oblate in charge. In addition to that new General Services, we're still working on the details, but we will also be having someone to work specifically with mission with youth, and also someone to work specifically with our lay associations. These 3 new positions are to fulfill the mandates of the General Chapter.
Creo que la experiencia más interesante es que Dios nos elige y que el capítulo nos juntó. Principalmente porque desde octubre del año pasado empezamos a formar una nueva comunidad con gente que no nos conocíamos anteriormente. Así que la primera tarea fue conocernos, saber de dónde veníamos, quiénes éramos, cuál era nuestra experiencia de Dios, cuál era nuestra experiencia de vida, cómo era nuestra familia.
The first day at school is a milestone for a child. A child, when she or he goes there, she or he slowly settles down and grows to enjoy the company of others. For me also, this is the first time to be here in the General House and take part in the plenary session. And earlier I heard about the plenary session and ordinary session, but this is the first time I was in it.
Si uno piensa en eso, dice no es tan difícil, pero se complica cuando no tenemos una lengua en común y tenemos que poner todo, intentarlo todo para comunicarnos y hablar con los demás. Creo que esa es una cosa muy interesante, es un desafío y también nos llama a poder aprender la lengua del otro, el idioma del otro. Creo que todo esto es un camino que hemos comenzado, pero es un camino con muchos desafíos y también con una gracia especial que nos proviene de ese llamado que hemos recibido.
Je peux dire que nous avons deux expériences de prière. Une première expérience, nous comme communauté du gouvernement central, nous la vivons ensemble aux confrères de la Maison Générale. Nous partageons notre moment de prière avec eux. Notre moment important pour nous, pour la prière, est le moment que nous vivons ensemble comme communauté, entre nous. Je pense que la prière nous aide à grandir dans cette expérience de la fraternité, c'est la chose plus importante. Mais je pense que l'expérience de la prière nous aide aussi à vivre, je m'exprime dans cette façon, nous aide à vivre la première partie du testament du fondateur. Parmi vous, la charité, toujours la charité. Bien, la prière, je pense que c'est l'élément plus important.
So at the end of the day, it was really a fruitful time, and we hope really we are going to implement these recommendations and mandates as given by the last General Chapter.
This moment of being here is very interesting and enriching. I was very happy to be here.
Each other of us must feel himself part of big family, oblate family.